Good evening and welcome back to Sports Talk ATL. I am Chase Earl, joined by Jake Gordon and Alex Lord. Yesterday we talked about the Phillies and the Marlins, and that series went about just about how everyone thought it was going to go. The Fish they really had no business being in the playoffs. They overachieved all season. Then you add in the fact that they had Yuri Perez and Sandy Alcantara, their two top pitchers, out. They had no chance in this series, and that's what I thought going into. They didn't have the firepower. And listen, if you don't hit home runs in October, I mean, what's the record? We're talking about like a
500 baseball team.
We're talking about like an 80% win percentage in the playoffs if you out homer your team. Was there ever a situation where you saw the Marlins were going to out homer the Philadelphia Phillies, especially at Citizens Bank Ballpark? So it went exactly how everyone expected. I've seen a lot of Braves fans, and listen, I just want the series to start because I feel like Braves fans have PTSD from last year. And I've said the Phillies are the best team in baseball, not named the Atlanta Braves all season. But this isn't last year. Like, Ozzie Albies is playing. Ronald Acuna is a different player. Max Fried's healthy. Spencer Strider's healthy. You have Sean Murphy now. Like, this is an entire – Marcell Ozuna hit 40 home runs this year. This is an entirely different team. Trying to compare it to last year is just a joke. And listen, the Phillies are a great team. It's going to be a tough series. But is there any other way? Like, why wouldn't you want to play the Phillies? It's going to be hard to win a World Series anyways. We're going to have a series where you have to grind it out anyways. We're going to be sweating this entire postseason no matter who we play. So why wouldn't you want to go beat these dirty bums from Philadelphia who are loud, annoying, who has been in your mentions, throwing Reese Hoskins gifts, who's a scrub? Sorry, he tore his ACL. I probably shouldn't say that. But I'm ready. I've been ready for this series for 6 months, for 365 days. For 365 days. This is all I've ever wanted. And now we get it. And listen, the Braves are them dudes. We have 307 home runs this year. Top to bottom. Everybody has 17 plus homers. You have the NL MVP. You have the best pitcher in the series. Well, Zach Wheeler. Spencer Strider is a beast. He's 8-0 against the Phillies in 8 games. And he's healthy. You got Max Fried back. He's healthy. Like, come on. This is what we want. This is 365 days of revenge, baby. Like this, we finally got it. Like, get excited. Don't be scared. And stop commenting in my comments, oh, the Braves pitching is going to hurt. We don't have the Braves pitching. How many times do I have to tell you about 2021? Who was the pitchers? We pitched Kyle Wright. He had 7 innings of 7 major league innings under his belt. He pitched 5.2 in the World Series. Tucker Davidson started a World Series game. Dylan Lee started a World Series game. The bullpen in the regular season was trash. Stop telling me you can't win without, and the lineup wasn't even close to as good as this year. Like, what are you worried about? Come on, get excited. I'm so tired of this dead puppy. Oh, my God, the Phillies are hot. They beat the Miami Marlins. 2 weeks ago, we just walked into their home field and clinched the division. 3 out of 4 with not even our best pitchers pitching. Come on, man. I'm tired of it. Let's go.
That was an all-time intro. 3 minutes, 15 seconds, just pure intro. I will say I did manage to turn on the game for a little bit last night. I was watching some of the games at HQ, and I came home and Phillies and Marlins had just started. And I watched it till the 4th inning, and I think it was 3-0 Philly, and I was like, this is over. I was like, I knew there was no chance the Marlins were going to come back. There was absolutely no – I was like, I don't even have to check the score. I don't have to do anything. I turned it off, went to bed. So, yeah, we knew this was coming. I said maybe if the Marlins come out and just have an offensive explosion in game 2, maybe they sneak them in game 3, but we all knew this was coming. And yeah, I don't think you should be scared of anything. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, really, are you really going to be that upset? I don't think it's going to be.
I'll vomit. I'll projectile vomit if we lose. I'm so invested.
I just think, yeah, that's the thing about baseball is it's a 162 game season, and it all comes down to a 5-game series, which I kind of hate. But,
which is so ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean, you can sit there and you can like Chase said, you can sit there and wallow and say, "Oh, well, the Phillies are hot." Like, okay, well, this is one of the best offenses of all time. So
they're not even hot.
It's recency. It's recency bias. That's what it is.
They had the same record in September, and we were not even playing our starters.
It's recency bias, though, because the Braves didn't play in the wild card, and the Phillies looked like the best team in that wild.
They were hot last year.
Among those wild cards, it's like, oh, the Phillies are this dominant team. Well, they just beat a 500 team with a negative 60 run differential that probably shouldn't even been in the postseason, and now we're crowning the Phillies that we were just talking about 2 weeks ago that they could not match up with the Braves. That's the same Phillies? No. This is recency bias. We haven't seen the Braves play in over a week, so that we're just crowning these Phillies that have been on national TV, hitting grand slams with that incredible environment, which Braves fans, don't kid yourself. That is an incredible environment. That's all this is recency bias. This Braves team is historically great. I said it maybe a month ago around the trade deadline that this lineup is so good. I don't care what is going on with the pitching staff. I don't care who is on the bump for the other team. They are so good that they can carry this team to a World Series. There is not a single easy out, 1 through 9. Michael Harris is hitting 300, and he's going to be batting 8th or 9th. Like, that is crazy.
Yeah,
real quick. Out.
Real quick, last year, when people say, like, oh, they're hot, last year they were hot. They were like 60-30 over their last 90 games to make the playoffs. Like, they went crazy. That's not the case this year. They've just been like a normal wild card team. Like, yeah, in other years they could have won the division. Like, they're good. But this is not analogous to last year when they just came into the playoffs like, literally we're under 500 in July and then just all of a sudden rip off an insane amount of wins to get to the playoffs.
Listen, they're a really good team. They could absolutely go and win the World Series. But does beating a 500 Marlins team mean that even more? No, absolutely not. They're a really good team. But guess who's a better team? The Braves. They have 2 horses that can go toe-to-toe with their 2 horses. And our lineup is infinitely better than theirs. Unless we piss down our pants, we're going to win this game. The only way we don't win it is if we piss down our pants. That's it.
I just hate the whole hot argument because people forget that the Braves were the hottest team in baseball entering the postseason. They actually were the team that chased the Mets down, won the division, won 101 games, went like 70-27 over their last 97 games. And guess what? They showed up in the series and didn't play well. They played like crap. Nobody hit. Michael Harris, Austin Riley, Ozzie Albies was obviously out. Ronald Acuna and Matt Olson were the only guys that showed up. The rest of the lineup went like 4 for 61. It was a total embarrassment. And obviously this offense is 10 times better, but it's just like, stop acting like just because it's not who's hot entering October. It's who's hot in October. And yes, the Phillies looked good against the Marlins. The Marlins suck. They're suck. They're a 90-loss baseball team that somehow made the playoffs, especially without their 2 top pitchers. So don't give me crap. Yes, it's going to be a tough series, but I just hate this puppy dog, my tail between my legs. Like I'm showing up like, oh, we're just like we didn't win 104 games. Like we didn't win 104 games. Like we don't.
We're the juggernauts. We're the juggernauts. Like I don't understand why we should be puffing our chest out. We're a juggernaut. We are a juggernaut. They are the underdogs. Stop acting. Yes, the tail.
I just don't see what
crazy.
I kind of phrased it wrong earlier when I said like how upset are you going to be? I was just going to say that like being coy and being like humble, like that just doesn't get you anywhere. You think these people are going to troll you if you're just so humble in defeat? No, you might as well poke. You're going to get trolled
either. You're going to feel like crap either way. You're going to feel like crap either way if they lose. So you just sitting there acting like, oh, like we're this underdog. Like this is going to be tough. Like, oh, the Phillies are a way better team than us when it's just a flat out lie. It's just a flat out lie. The Braves are better in all aspects except maybe the bullpen. This team should win this series. I think they are going to win this series. Everything that happened last year does not matter this year. And everything that happened last year, Max Fried, Spencer Strider, both being sick and injured, the bats not showing up, and the fact that team wasn't nearly as good as this team, none of that stuff matters. None of that stuff matters. I want to beat these guys. I've been waiting for 365 days to talk crap to these guys. Now I'm going to wait till after the series. Maybe. I don't know. I have a couple of drinks on Friday night. It might all come out. I might just go nuts on Twitter. I don't care. I might start a fight with the entire city of Philadelphia on Twitter. I might get it all going. But come on.
What's the most annoying thing is that like subconscious of like tail tucking, trying to be whatever, if they're trying to be humble, is that playing both sides of the fence where it's like you're a fan of the Braves and you're trying to be like, humble. They're tail tucking. So that if the Phillies win, they're like, well, I told you so. But if the Braves win, they're a fan of the Braves. I hate that. I hate that playing the both sides of the fencing. No, be cocky. What did Guillermo already say? All the time, be cocky. Go Braves.
Well, I can tell you he's cocky.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I can tell you he's cocky is the Atlanta Braves. Like I can tell you they're going into this series thinking they want this. This is revenge, baby. They've been waiting for 365 days. I guarantee you that. And maybe a little bit of them was like, oh yeah, the Marlins will be a free pass to the NLCS. But all of them knew the Phillies were coming. All of them knew the Phillies were coming. Yeah, I mean we're going to talk a lot more about this series after the break. We'll get into actually key matchups and stuff like that after the break.